I'm jumping in.
Happy New Year, Jezzlers! For today's video, I'm going to reflect on some stuff that happened in 2025 and just talk about my intentions moving forward. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to paint my nails this fun green color. So 2024 was a really big year for me. The theme of the year felt like everything was breaking down to make way for something else. 2025 was definitely way less dramatic. Like, it was way less fight or flight all the time. It was still a really big year, just for a lot of different reasons. Big things that happened in 2025. I joined a musical. In February, I was home alone, dancing around in like the hallways of my house. And I looked up Racine Theater Guild auditions, and they had Legally Blonde going in like 3 weeks. And I just called them up and set up an audition, and it was very impulsive. And I had always wanted to do a musical, like literally my entire life. The real reason I didn't do it was because I was scared of being judged and what people would think of me. That ended up being one of the most fun experiences of my life. And it also uncovered a passion that I had for performing. So it really got me comfortable with the idea of being authentic on stage and taking up space. It also made me insanely busy. I was commuting back and forth from Chicago. So that was 2 hours each way, twice a week, going back and forth to Milwaukee once or twice a week for open mics, which is an hour away from my parents' house. And then Racine Theater Guild is 45 minutes away. So that was also an insane season of my life. I was just so crazy busy. But I loved every second of it. And that was also really validating to me because I was like, I'm meant to do this. If I'm this busy and this exhausted and I still am excited to go to rehearsal, that was like a really big cue to me that I was like, I think I'm doing the right thing here. So as soon as the musical was done, I had a few gigs set up for June. So then I started doing like my first gigs. And then the big one of 2025 was I performed at Summerfest. Literally fucking crazy. That wasn't even a goal that I had set for myself because I didn't even think that was within any sort of reach of me and where I was at in my career at the time. I was like, don't I have to have music out to do a performance like that? Sometimes it's really about who you meet and who you connect with and who you stay in touch with and being open to opportunities like that to arise. And I almost said no. At the time, it was just like, what are you talking about, Summerfest? I've never even been to Summerfest. And now I'm going to be performing at Summerfest? Like, what? Like a few days before my performance, I started crashing out, like nose diving to the ground emotionally. Complete identity crisis. I didn't know what was going on. And at the time too, I had just started looking for apartments in Chicago. And I think that was like the catalyst for like a whole moment. All of July was just crazy for me. But as we know, chaos normally means things are moving. And indeed they were. That ended up making me realize that I wanted to pursue music. I didn't want to keep this paralegal job anymore, and fueled my move to Milwaukee instead of Chicago. After Summerfest, it felt like there were other forces at play that were just like breaking things down in my life to push me further in that direction. I kind of withdrew myself from all things music for a minute just to be like, I'm leaving my childhood home. I'm quitting my job. I'm going into this completely new era of my life. So I just kind of was like, I need to just sit with that. And then from there, this fall, just really getting back into the music scene, I was just having a really hard time adjusting to doing this full time. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what I needed to do. It felt like, what did I just get myself into? So there was some struggle there, but that was my fuel to tap back into myself and be like, I'm okay right where I am. Things will figure themselves out. I just have to keep going. And in December, I released my first song, which was just so fucking cool. So I'm very proud of myself for that one. Ending 2025, my mental state is much more grounded in the moment than it was at the beginning of 2025, just because I have dreams and things that I'm working towards that I haven't achieved yet. That doesn't mean that I can't enjoy this moment. And that doesn't mean that I'm not where I need to be. One of the best pieces of advice that my music teacher gave me was, don't worry about the how. Basically just meaning, have a goal, work towards it, but don't worry about how you're going to get there. Not everything is in your control. Sometimes life happens to you. So let's get into some intentions for 2026. The first one is I want to continue being as authentically myself as I possibly can, even in a room full of people, even on a stage with a crowd. You know, like, how do I make sure that I'm still in my own energy? And that goes for relationships too. Like, how do I make sure that I'm still showing up as myself and build relationships in my life from the most authentic place that I can? Along with that, I want to start having more fun on stage because sometimes I'm thinking way too much about I hit that note wrong. I played that chord wrong. Did I play the right song? Do people really want to hear this? Being way too aware of the energy in the room. There is a time and a place for me to consider the crowd, but when I am like actually in my element performing my songs, it's not always in that moment. Yeah, fun is a really big one, just in general too, on and off stage. My intention with this YouTube channel specifically, I have to be upfront and real with the Jezzlers. I have started to notice, because I post videos weekly, I feel a little boxed in sometimes with the formula that I've been using to create videos. I really enjoy posting videos and I like the content creation part of it. An intention that I have going into this next year with it is just to give myself more permission to not follow a specific formula. If I want to post a new song, if I want to post a cover or a performance, like all that stuff is great. But also, if I want to post a 30-second video of me doing something random, and that's what I feel called to post for that week, I'm just going to post that. So just kind of giving myself a little bit more grace with what I'm posting. That's just kind of what I want to go into this new year with this channel. I think that closes it out. I have a really great feeling about 2026. There was something that said the color of the year is white or something, which is like bullshit. I think it's purple. So this is going to be a purple year. 2025 was yellow. 2024 was orange. 2023 was red. I also foresee 2027 being green. That's irrelevant. So this is going to be a very purple year. That's all I have for you today. I suck at painting my nails, so don't judge me. This was actually not that bad. This hand, I did a little oopsie on some of the spots. I do want to say this too. I am proud of this space that I'm cultivating. I love the Jezzlers. I am continuing that fan name. If you have an issue, you're not the first. Stay grounded in yourself. Keep loving yourself. Keep believing in yourself, all of those classic Jessie things. Also, as a reminder, I'll be playing at Vendetta Coffee Bar on January 23rd from 8 to 10 p.m. So please stop by. It's going to be a great show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Happy 2026, the year of purple.